Hi guys, we're going to take 10 minutes and have a walkthrough of the Napier Electric Take10 DMAX. So I guess we'll start from the front. The AFN front bar. I fitted that ourselves, and nice clearance out the front. I'm really happy with it. It's got the LED auxiliary lights. When we mounted this up, we also mounted a 12,000 pound ridge rider winch. Just a cheapie, but it still does the trick. It's never let us down. On the front bar there, I've also got LED light bar, and that's my UHF aerial, obviously. And what else have we got? Love the look of this thing. It's really gives it an aggressive stance. Yeah, love it. So moving on back, TJ AirTech snorkel. I wanted to go for the wedge tail look because I'm not really a fan of the ram look, so I went for that. Really nice, easy install. We've got a video out on that. I've just plumbed it up to the factory airbox. Moving on back, Yakima roof platform. Really nice and easy to mount anything to it. So we see on the other side I've got the awning mounted to it, shovels, high lift jack, treads and everything. Just get one of these, they're awesome. Moving into the cab. So I've just mounted the Gronoricom UHF. Nothing much else in here. I did modify the stereo. I bought a fascia and mounted a stereo, just the factory one was a bit rubbish. I've just got the controls here for my front locker. So that's the compression controls and the front locker controls. So I have fitted an ARB front locker and a few controls for the light bar, and I have got a throttle controller, so we're going to do a bit more of a video on that later on, so keep a look out for that. So we've got a few luxuries in here as well. I've changed the front seats for the leather, nice and comfy, especially on those long trips. So we'll move around to the other side. I'll show you the fridge setup. We've got the camping apparatus all set up, so the awning and the tent folds out this way. I can easily access my fridge in here, so I've just got it set up in the back. Pulled the seats out for camping, but day to day I still have them in there, so I've got kids. So nice and easy access to the fridge. So again, I've got just next to him, just a super cheap awning. On the top, it's got space for the treads on the roof platform there. And like I said, I'm running the AWRB soft shell rooftop tent. I mounted it nice and low on the back of this tray because I didn't want all that weight at the top, making the DMAX top heavy, especially on the hard tracks. So far it's worked out pretty well, and there's no fuel loss like you would have with the rooftop tent on the top. So I'm happy with the setup so far. So moving on to the wheels and tyres. I'm just running a 17-inch Steely, and these are the Maxxis Razor 33s, so they're a 285 70/17. They're about as much as you can fit on these. I had an engineer who had to trim the body mount rails just so at full lock it had enough clearance to fit the 33s, but apart from that the rears are fine. So loving these tyres at the moment. They're great. I'm running a 2-inch lift with raw suspension. In the future I'd probably want to lift it up a little bit more. 3-inch lift, but that's going to involve certification, diff drop, a bunch of other stuff. So it's on the wish list, that's for sure. So the bar work. I don't know if you saw our Odlands Road video, but I took out the side steps in spectacular fashion. Oh, no damage to the sills though. So I went ahead and made these myself because there's nothing I really liked on the market that I like the look of. So they run a 50 by 50 square channel underneath, and on the front I just bent up some bar work. So you'll see it goes parallel to the body, and then at the back it kicks out. So the idea being, if you were on a lean on a bank, it's going to push out the rears rather than have the rear climb up the bank or anything like that. So that's the idea of it, the kick out there. So I'm fabbed those up myself and I'm pretty happy with them. And moving on to the rear. So in the back here I'm running a bit of a Frankenstein setup. So we did a tough track and I ripped up the back bumper. It was a steep ascent out of a mud bog. And pretty much ripped the back bumper clean off. And I've used kind of a mixture of the tow bar setup and the old bumper steel, welded in a bunch of extra steel here, used the factory plastics to cover it up and made a bit of bar work around the side. Works good. You see when we do the tough tracks, it does have a bit of wear on there, so it's definitely doing its job. And factory tow bar setup, just running a point there. And I had to add a reverse cam because these ones don't come with the factory. Really good when you just get one. They're cheap. Really good when you're backing up onto trailers and stuff like that. And reversing on trails, I've just got a reverse light there. Again, at low light or dark, when you're trying to reverse up, these are pretty key. So just running a Defender hard lid on the back. So I had to uprate the gas struts on this one. Got some fairly hefty ones, so they're strong enough to hold up the rooftop tent. And I'm just running a bit of camping gear at the moment. So you've got my auxiliary battery there with DC to DC charger. Working on a bit of a concept of this one. Yeah, it's a good little setup, loads of charging points. And in here, just got my drawer set up. So that pulls right back. I've got a bit of a working surface there. And I'll just run a few tools in here for the trails. This is my daily driver, so day to day, this is all filled with my tools. At the moment I've just got it set up for the camper trip I'm about to do. So that's that lot. Might have to rethink how this is going to go, because when this tent's set up, you can't really access much in the back. You can access it through the back drawer, so I can still get to my tools, run a bit of water on this side. Still have limited access, but might rethink that one day. So in the rear, our latest modification is an auto locker. So it's an Australian made product. It's designed to lock up the rear wheels automatically, obviously. If I had the chance again, I'd probably just go for an ARB air locker again in the rear, because I find that it's really noisy when you're turning corners. That auto locking mechanism is quite loud, and I've found it's always wanting to go forward, so you lose a bit of steering as well, a little bit of steering response. But other than that, it's really good. Awesome for traction, awesome off-roading. Yep. So engine-wise, I'm running a tune. I got that done through local guys, DPS, Diesel Performance Solutions, here in Hastings. Really happy with the results, really good. We got it to pretty much what a new DMAX does now, so 450 newton meters of torque. With the 33s, I can't pass cars towing a boat anymore like I used to, so I might look at upgrading the turbo or something like that in future. I also need to run a high flow exhaust, which I'm not doing at the moment, so we'll just stand it under there. But these are the pre-DPF models, so I don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. So that's it as it stands for the Napier Electric Take10 DMAX. On the wish list, as we all do, it's never a static project. I'm going to go for a 3-inch lift probably. I'd like to get a high flow exhaust, dial up the turbo a little bit, and yeah, sky's the limit. I love this thing. It's going to be staying in the family for years to come, I would say. Look out for more adventures.